Okay, set the gauge on the notch
Okay.
before using the 400.
Okay, can you show us how you set the gauge on the notch again?
Sure, certainly. Undo your clips so that your plate slides back and forth.
Okay.
Use your gauge with your notch and put it into the wheel.
Where do we get the gauge from?
This gauge comes with the unit.
Oh, okay.
They'll have one. So
Right.
you set the gauge
How did you set it? Okay.
on the notch. So
On the
this
front
line-
end of the notch.
Right, on the front end of the notch.
Okay.
Then lock it in place. That's
Okay, so it doesn't move.
right.
Okay.
That's very, that's pretty, good enough. You can get it tighter if you want, just by
Okay.
playing with the latch. Then you want to set your gauge to a number. The gauge is set up so that you go to whole numbers. So 900. The next is down is 700. Now if you want to go in between 700 and 900, this gauge will start out at minus. It'll do up to minus 10,
Okay.
but generally you don't use the minus. So 720, say you go up to 20.
Okay, so that's 720 thousandths between the silver pieces?
Right. Now the
Okay.
gauge doesn't go to 800, so you have to go, if you want to go to an 800 number, you go up into the hundreds. So that would be 805,
Okay.
803. You can go up to maximum of 899.
Okay.
Then it actually goes to 9.
Okay.
So maximum is 909.
Okay, so basically the one on the left is the rough and then the coarse and then this is the fine.
Right.
Okay.
Now this does thousandths. So what you want to do is, if you want to do 800 and 5/10, you would set the gauge up, undo the brake, crank the gauge.
Now what are you cranking in the back there?
This is the adjustment for the dial.
Okay.
This is the brake.
Okay.
So take the brake off and then adjust the dial until your needle reads somewhere in the middle of the scale. Then you rock it back and forth to adjust it to its lowest point. So once this is set at its lowest point,
Okay.
that's where your gauge measurement takes place. Now, if you have, say, 800 and 5/10, there is no tenths adjustment there. So you crank it to either, if it's 800 plus 5/10 that you want to read, you crank it to, let me crank this out of the way. Your zero would be 805/10.
Oh, okay.
Now anything that you put up there that was 805/10 would read 0.
Okay, I see. So, well, let me repeat this. So you're going to set, if you're looking for a nominal of 805/10, you set it like this. Now when you
Right.
pull off the PG 400 and then you put on something else,
Right,
it should read 0.
right.
Okay, I understand.
So right now your gauge is set for nominal 805/10. Now if you want to go minus 5/10, that's minus 5/10 would read 0.
Okay.
Your gauge still says 800, but you've now set it for either plus or minus 5/10.
Okay.
And that's how you get tenths out of this, is you set it for, say, you want to do 7.99 and 9/10. You set it for 7.99 and 9/10.
It's amazing how they figured all this mechanical stuff out instead
Right,
of just
it's
all
just-
this software.
It's just,
Okay.
it's pretty straightforward. Your gauge doesn't read tenths, it only reads thousandths,
Okay.
but you account for the tenths on the gauge.
Okay.
And then you have your plus or minus tags, which you can move into place. So if your tolerance was 99 plus or minus 4/10,
Now, in your case, a lot of your dimensions are 25.00 minus 1 minus 12.
Right.
So is it true then that you would move both of these over to the minus side?
No, you wouldn't do that. You would take your numbers and you would take your primary number minus the first number,
Okay.
and that would be your 0.
That would become that's your high side.
That's your high side. Then your second minus would be your low side.
Okay.
That's how we would set it.
Okay.
There's no sense in setting a number minus minus.
Okay.
Okay. Now, it's not that you can't do it. You could do it, but you could go and set it like this, if you wish, minus minus, and set your 0 up here. There's
Okay.
nothing saying you can't do that, but make life simple.
Right.
Your primary number, go for your primary number, which is the number they give you minus the first number.
Okay. So the question that they had asked in that mail is what you explained here. Is that the answer to it?
Yeah,
How to check the part with hole size 0.546 plus minus 0.01. So you would set this one to 0.5 and then
Right.
you would go 0.46 here.
right. That
Okay.
would certainly be the way to do it.
Is there a
Now-
5 on the left?
Yep. So. You would go to 3 here,
Okay, so 3 on the left,
and then, what was the number again?
546.
546. I'm sorry, I thought you said 4.
Okay.
So in that case, we'd go to the right to the 5.
Okay, so there's the 5.
That's the 5.
Okay.
And then you go 046.
Okay.
So that would be 546.
Okay, so there's the 546. Then you hang it on the machine, on the
Right.
PG800.
Right. In this case, we'd have to go to the reverse side because this is 0.740.
Okay.
So now we'd have to go and reset your gauge. So
Okay.
you reset your gauge.
To the inside one. Okay.
It doesn't matter, either one, outside, inside. Take your brake off.
Okay.
Now, what was the number, 046 and what?
Right.
Just 046 even?
No, it was plus minus
Oh, right.
0.001.
If you wanted to do it the way you're talking, so it would be plus or minus, you say?
Yeah, plus or minus 0.001.
Right. Okay, so then you would just set it for 0.
Okay.